You guys, the Rudy Gobert fellas for sale? We can take him. Well, this guy's free. We can trade for him.
It's your boy though, Max.
I mean, I've punted on Rudy Gobert in recent years. I loved what he meant early on, but then when he starts making $50 million, it's not really worth it. So the Jazz trade Rudy Gobert to the Wolves for Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverly, Walker Kessler, Leandro Palermo, Jared Vanderbilt. Don't know why he was included, but they also get a first-round pick in 2023, 2025, 2027, 2029, and a swap in 2026. Why?
And they're all protected.
Go ahead, Juan. I'll save my thoughts. Go ahead.
It was jaw dropping. I can't believe a guy like Rudy Gobert went for this amount. The Wolves are all in.
But do you like it? Do you love it? Are you gonna like?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't like the ceiling for it.
Okay, so if you don't hate it, because I hate it. Like I want to throw up. So explain to me what there is to like about this move.
I think Cat it can work with him and Cat because Cat can be on the perimeter and he's a softie as it is. He can spread the floor. The one guy that it's a question mark for is honestly Anthony Edwards. And Anthony Edwards, as much improving as he's been from shooting the ball, I just think he's such a special player when he drives to the hole. And
don't steal my point. Don't you dare steal my point. I texted you. How much do you think Anthony Edwards is going to love driving into the paint with Rudy Gobert in front of the basket?
Yeah. And that's the scary part. But I do think it can work in the regular season. Like I feel like they're going to be the new Jazz.
Why trade like 8 picks for the 4 seed? Like here's what's going to happen. They're going to look great. Rudy Gobert blocking shots. Right. He'll hit 1-3. Don't catch. Helped him work on his shooting stroke. Whatever bullshit's going to come out. Curse number 2. Sorry. Here's what I don't get. What was the market for Rudy Gobert? Cat and him are going to be making $50 million each for a league that's like, hey, the center position's really, you don't really have to put a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
Look at the centers for like the last 6 finals teams other than the Lakers. Not really that impressive. But let's double down. And so Rudy Gobert is going to protect the basket. What's Cat going to do? Cat's going to just, because Cat's this nimble Jaren Jackson type guy who can move on the perimeter. No, not really. There's like a million reasons not to do this before you think about the basketball aspect, though, which I don't get.
No. It can work though, Max. And
no, I really don't think it can, unless you're telling me Cat is now Dirk Nowitzki and this is Tyson Chandler reincarnate, and this is what this team's going to be.
I think a lot of games have to be improved, especially Anthony Edwards, with him being the majority of the ball handler, improved shooting. And I do think there's a world where Cat can be somewhat of that and it can work. The thing that gives me issues is like during the playoffs where the floor shrinks and it's all about matchups and what's going to happen where they have to play small ball. And it's like Rudy Gobert has to come out. And I just have a big problem when you have to bench a guy like Rudy Gobert and all that salary is going to him. If you're making all that money, we want you playing. It's like the front office with Frank Vogel last year with Russell Westbrook. It's like people caught a heart attack because he wasn't playing them. And it's like, why are we playing this guy? Well, he's making all this money, so we have to play him. And that's the thing with Rudy Gobert. Like, are the Wolves going to have the balls to bench a guy for certain series when he's making all this money?
And that's exactly why, to me, you don't do this trade. You don't want to get a guy who, one, you don't have a lot of good defenders on the Wolves to start with anymore. You have a Kogi. I think Kogi might be gone. I'm sorry. But let's just say here's the lineup, right? You have Cat, Edwards, Gobert, Jaden McDaniels, and let's say Russell.
Yeah.
You have two good defenders on the perimeter and Russell and McDaniels. And Edwards and McDaniels. You're kind of looking like the Jazz where you only have two good defenders, and now everyone else is going to drive by and blow by and then kick to the corner and Gobert's stuck in cement.
Yeah.
And that's what I just don't like about this deal. It just doesn't like so you just traded him to just fix the rim numbers so he can perfect the basket, but I feel like Gobert is the type of guy where you bring him in, he fixes one problems, and he opens up Pandora's box for a new set. He's not a guy like Bam who can do both. You're not worried about Anthony Davis when he's on his game, who can really just change a defense. Gobert is a one-trick pony who I love to death, who I was on in 2012. I'm like, this guy's going to be good.
Yeah.
But at this point, he's a double-sided sword. He'll help you, but he's going to hurt you too at the same time.
Like their defense is going to be elite with him. It really is. That's how good
I
Rudy
think
Gobert
it will be
is.
elite, but at the back of everyone's mind, we know what happens when he's on an elite defense, and the game matters.
Yeah. Like he's not a good post-up player. He's not a good free throw shooter.
And is that why you trade for him? And so I think the money's ridiculous. He's going to make $15 million. Yeah. That's what really kills me about this deal. And I kind of like the comp to the Mavericks, but I don't know if first of all, Cat's not Dirk, where he can just catch the ball in the post and just shoot over and play this little high-low game. And second, I think basketball's evolved to the point where that's not really feasible anymore.
Mm-hmm. That in-between game.
Yeah, and Cat doesn't even really have that.
He doesn't.
You said is really good to help Gobert stretch the court. But then you're saying, oh, Cat's just a spot-up shooter. Why are we paying him $50 million just to spot up and shoot?
Yeah. It's crazy. I can't believe it's shocked.
A gamble. And we don't even talk about how many picks was Gobert really worth this many picks?
And the amount of I just think like you would think, Max, the amount of money that you're paying this guy, and he went for that much, like that has to be put into the account. Like, dude, we're already gonna be paying this guy a lot. Like, why do you guys want all these first round picks? It's absolutely insane. I would have, like you said, I would have loved to know like what was the market for this guy? Who was another team going so hard for him? And to me, it seems like the Wolves just blew him out of the water. Like, of offer that you could not refuse. That's what this was.
It was Carmelo from like the Knicks offer. It was an Anthony Davis to the Lakers offer.
Yeah,
it was that crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Kyrie Irving, after his peak on Cleveland, didn't go for this much.
Yeah.
I can't believe this trade. I hate it. I don't think it's going to work. You can check back in with us in 6 months when they're getting bounced in the first round and Gobert's on the bench. And we're like, why did we do this deal?